Should you get your real estate license if you're a real estate investor? This is a question that most new real estate investors have. In this video, I'm gonna go over the pros, the cons. You can decide for yourself. Hey, what's going on, guys? Matty A here with the Six Figure Flipper. I get asked this question all the time, so I figured I would run through the top pros and cons so you can take into account everything that's on the table and figure out, based on your goals, your time, and really just your end game, what makes the most sense for you. So, number one, let's dive into the pros. This is pretty common sense, but if you get your real estate license, you're going to immediately get access to the MLS. Now, this is obviously where most people are listing their houses and saying, come bring me an offer. So there's not only opportunity on the MLS that you're gonna have immediate access to, you're gonna have access to all of the information you're gonna need as a real estate professional without having to go through a realtor, right? You're gonna immediately get access to all the comps that appraisers are using, to the solds, the pendings, all the active opportunities that are out there, all of the data trends and metrics that we're gonna make you more of a well-rounded investor. So having access to this information is critical, because all of the MLS data providers out there, they hoard all of this information, they force you to go through a realtor, and therefore you're somewhat at the mercy of getting access to this stuff based on the relationships that you have and how quickly these people can provide this information. So by having your real estate license, you get access to the MLS. Number two, and really the top two are the most critical ones, is you're gonna make more money. What do I mean by this? So you have the ability, by having your real estate license, to capture more income and give yourself more opportunities than if you don't. Now, for example, if I were just a real estate investor, I didn't have my license, and I found a motivated seller, let's say off market, not going through the MLS, and I made them an offer, cash offer, no real estate commissions, no closing costs, we buy your houses, we close on your time frame, that's only one channel. It's a one and done. Take my offer or leave it. Now, by having my real estate license, what I'm able to do is I can go, here's my offer, Mr. Seller, or if this doesn't make sense for you, we can always list your house on the retail market. You will have to pay some fees, but we can market it for highest and best dollar. Which option makes the most sense for you? So by giving them options, by you having your realtor's license, you have the ability, if they choose to say, you know what, I don't want that cash offer, I actually want to put my house on the market, expose it to as many buyers as possible and see what we can do there, you have the ability to capture that listing income by listing their home, charging a fee, and generating some commission, some income off of it, right? Or let's say you're like me and maybe you have a real estate team, or you have referral agents that you can send off business to, where you don't want to be the listing agent, you just want to focus over here on finding more off-market deals or finding more motivated sellers and being a real estate investor, but you do want to capture that income opportunity by having your real estate license. You send it off to maybe an agent that you have a relationship with, or your real estate team, and when they list it, when they sell it, they send back a referral fee. Whether it's on a listing, whether it's on a buyer, you can get more referral fees sent over, and what is that? It's a passive income stream, right? So you can stay focused over here, you can send it over there, but by having your real estate license, you can make more money. Now the third one is nothing too significant, because it really depends on the situation, the circumstance, what the seller is going for and what they're looking to get accomplished, but overall, you're just gonna have more control over your deals. So by having your real estate license, you're gonna be in those deals, right? You're gonna be working with all the different moving pieces, the lenders, the appraisers, the people. There's no middlemen. Whereas if you don't have your real estate license, you're at the mercy of your realtor that is selling this property for you or helping you purchase this property. You're gonna be playing telephone, going through them. Now, if you have a great realtor and you trust their abilities and capabilities, awesome. But just know that this is something that is an edge for you, is to be in there, to know exactly what's going on, to have more control, to course correct if you need to, if something's going south, right? Or if something's going really well, you know exactly what's working, you can use it in other opportunities moving forward. So those are some quick pros if you get your real estate license. Now, cons. The first one is just getting it, right? Getting your license. Now, there's a lot of time and energy that goes into this. A lot of people don't realize, you got 100 hours of studying in order to get your certificates, and then they will issue you the ability to go out and apply to take your state exam, whatever state you're in, right? You got to take the exam, schedule it, pay all the fees that go with that, and then you got to actually go out and take it and go through that entire process. So it takes time, it takes energy, and also takes some financial resources to get your license. Number 2 is disclosures and paperwork. So when you do get your real estate license, there's something called a fiduciary duty. You have agreed by getting your license, you are a more knowledgeable professional than the average individual in the real estate space, i.e. your client. Now, the seller or the buyer that you might be working with, because you are a professional and you have this fiduciary duty, you have to disclose a lot more things, and there's a lot more paperwork that goes along with it. So, not saying that if you don't have your license, you can completely get away with this stuff and not disclose some of these things, but when you're a real estate agent or a realtor, you have to disclose a lot more. You have to be a lot more careful because you're held to a much higher standard than the people who aren't licensed. So, whether you see that as a pro, whether you see that as a con, it's just something you want to take into account, because you legally have to disclose some of these things now that you have a real estate license. The last one is ongoing fees. So MLS and association fees. So if you want to continue getting access to information up here on the MLS, you're going to have to pay monthly, quarterly, annual, depending on what your specific area or association, has it scheduled as, but you're going to have to pay those fees in order to continue to get access. So there is definitely some pay to play type aspects to having your real estate license to get some of the pros. You also have some of these things to take into account. So no matter where you're at, no matter what your experience level is, no matter what your end game is, those are some of the things that you're going to want to take into account, whether you keep your real estate license if you already have one, or whether you get your real estate license if you're thinking about it. Me personally, I keep my real estate license. I like having those options of generating more income, right, without having the real estate license. I'm a little bit more limited. Yes, there are some of these things that I got to take into account, but these things over here far outweigh it. They make me a lot more money, and they allow me to provide a better service overall. Options, opportunity, all of these things my real estate license allows me to do far outweighs the cons. So with that being said, hopefully you guys got a little bit more information, a little bit more insight based on where you're at in this journey. If you got any questions, feel free to post those in the comment section below. Happy to answer any of those. As well as, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. More tips, tutorials, interviews on real estate entrepreneurship, real estate investing dropped weekly. And as always, like to offer a little value for those that stayed to the end and watched this video. Feel free to check out the show description below. And there's going to be a link in there for one of our free downloadable resources and guides. We rotate those out each and every month, or you can check out mattaitchison.com for all of them that are available to you guys. So with that being said, happy investing. I'll see you guys on the flip side.